Join us as we unravel 5 maritime mysteries. But before we begin, keep a lookout for a hidden Easter egg in today's video. Comment below where you found it. Now let's set sail into these mysteries. Number 1. The USS Houston. The USS Houston was a heavy cruiser in the US Navy, launched in 1929 and nicknamed the Galloping Ghost of the Java Coast, due to its daring maneuvers and survival in early battles of World War II. The ship boasted 8-inch guns and was heavily armored, making it one of the most powerful vessels in the Pacific Fleet. Known for its role in significant engagements, the USS Houston played a prominent part in defending against Japanese forces in the Pacific after Pearl Harbor. In February 1942, the Houston joined the ABDA, American British Dutch Australian, forces. In the Battle of the Java Sea, the cruiser and its crew fought valiantly against overwhelming Japanese forces, but by March 1, the ship was outnumbered, damaged, and nearly out of ammunition. Despite their bravery, the Houston was eventually struck by multiple torpedoes, causing it to sink near Java with over 700 men lost. Survivors were taken as prisoners of war, enduring years of hardship in Japanese labor camps. Theories. 1. Resource shortage theory. The crew's lack of ammunition and resources due to limited supply lines may have left the ship particularly vulnerable during its last stand. 2. Underestimation of Japanese forces theory. Allied commanders may have underestimated the strength of Japanese forces in the region, leading to the Houston's disadvantage in battle. 3. Command error theory. Some argue that strategic decisions by the Allied command led the Houston and its companion vessels into an unwinnable situation, contributing to their defeat. Legacy. The USS Houston is celebrated as a symbol of courage and sacrifice in the face of overwhelming odds. Annual commemorations and monuments honor its crew, and the ship's wreck was declared a war grave, protecting it as a solemn resting place for those who gave their lives. Number 2. The Albatros. The Albatros was a luxurious, 3-masted schooner originally built in 1920 as a cargo vessel in the Netherlands. In the 1950s, the ship was refitted as a training vessel for young sailors, transforming it into a beautiful yet robust craft equipped for open seas. Owned by a Danish company, the Albatros became a classroom on water, traveling the Atlantic and teaching students about navigation, seamanship, and resilience. With its distinct masts and polished wooden decks, it represented a romantic vision of nautical life. In May 1961, the Albatros embarked on a voyage that would become infamous. With 16 people on board, including students and crew, the schooner encountered a sudden, violent storm off the coast of Florida in the Gulf of Mexico. A white squall, a severe storm characterized by sudden winds and high waves, struck the ship without warning, capsizing it within minutes. 14 people managed to cling to debris and were later rescued, but 6 tragically perished. Theories. 1. White squall theory. The most widely accepted explanation is that the Albatros was struck by a white squall. These squalls are particularly dangerous as they can appear suddenly, with no warning of approaching wind or cloud. 2. Structural weakness theory. Some maritime experts argue that the ship, which had undergone extensive modifications, might have structural weaknesses that made it vulnerable to such a violent storm. 3. Poor weather preparation theory. There are suggestions that the crew may not have fully anticipated the severity of Gulf weather conditions, leading to unpreparedness when the storm hit. Legacy. The tragedy of the Albatros inspired the 1996 film White Squall, directed by Ridley Scott, bringing the story of the ship and its young sailors to a global audience. Today, the Albatros is remembered as a reminder of the unpredictability and power of the open sea. Number 3. The Sea Lion. The Sea Lion was an early submarine commissioned by the US Navy in the early 20th century as part of America's push to expand its underwater warfare capabilities. Built with a unique design allowing for stealth and speed, the Sea Lion represented the cutting-edge submarine technology of its time. By World War II, The vessel had been refitted and equipped with advanced torpedoes and sonar, making it an effective tool in the Pacific theater. In December 1941, just days after Pearl Harbor, the Sea Lion was stationed in the Philippines. On December 10, Japanese bombers targeted the submarine base at Cavite, and the Sea Lion was struck. Unable to make repairs due to the continued onslaught, the submarine was ultimately scuttled by its own crew to prevent it from falling into enemy hands. The incident was one of the earliest losses for the U.S. Navy in WWII's Pacific campaign. Theories. 1. Accidental targeting theory. Some historians believe that the Japanese bombers may not have specifically targeted the Sea Lion, given the chaos of early war strategies, but rather attacked the base indiscriminately. 2. Japanese reconnaissance theory. Given the strategic value of the Cavite base, there is speculation that Japanese forces had prior intelligence on the U.S. Navy's submarine operations, leading them to prioritize the Sea Lion and other subs. 3. Self-destruction protocol theory. The crew's decision to scuttle the vessel might have stemmed from a secret protocol intended to prevent valuable technology from being captured. Legacy. The Sea Lion's loss was deeply felt by the U.S. Navy, underscoring the vulnerability of early submarine bases. The courage of its crew in scuttling the ship rather than allowing it to fall into enemy hands remains a source of pride and respect among naval historians. Number 4. The Oedipus Tyrannus. The Oedipus Tyrannus was a British merchant ship, built in the late 19th century, with a distinctive iron hull and steam-powered engines, built to navigate challenging Atlantic crossings. While the ship was primarily used for trade routes between the UK and North America, it gained a reputation for reliability and speed, becoming a key asset for British shipping firms. In 1897, the Oedipus Tyrannus was sailing from Liverpool to New York when it encountered an unseasonal storm in the North Atlantic. The vessel went missing, and no wreckage or survivors were ever found. Some believe the ship may have struck an iceberg, while others speculate that it may have simply succumbed to the immense waves and currents of the North Atlantic. Theories. 1. Iceberg collision theory. Due to the ship's route and timing, it is possible the vessel encountered an iceberg, similar to the fate of the Titanic 15 years later. 2. Structural failure theory. Given its age and the stresses of constant transatlantic voyages, the Oedipus Tyrannus may have suffered a catastrophic hull breach during the storm. 3. Freak wave theory. Some researchers propose that a rogue wave may have struck the vessel, overwhelming it before any distress signal could be sent. Legacy. The mystery of the Oedipus Tyrannus remains unsolved, serving as an example of the perils faced by early merchant vessels in the Atlantic. Its loss contributed to evolving maritime safety standards, particularly in ice-prone waters. Number 5. The Fantome. The Fantome was originally built in 1927 as a French yacht, but was later acquired by the British Navy during World War II, where it served as a patrol and reconnaissance vessel. After the war, it was converted into a luxury yacht, eventually purchased by Windjammer Barefoot Cruises in the 1960s and became a renowned party ship in the Caribbean. The vessel offered tourists a unique experience with its white sails and picturesque, traditional design. In October 1998, the Fantome set sail from Honduras just as Hurricane Mitch, one of the strongest storms in recorded history, was developing in the Caribbean. Despite the captain's efforts to evade the storm, Mitch changed direction, and the Fantome found itself directly in its path. Contact with the vessel was lost, and it was presumed that the yacht was overcome by the hurricane, with all 31 crew members lost. To this day, no wreckage has been found. Theories. 1. Hurricane direct hit theory. Most widely accepted is that Hurricane Mitch's extreme winds and waves directly overwhelmed the Fantome, sinking it with no chance of survival. 2. Structural instability theory. Given its multiple conversions from warship to luxury yacht, some speculate that the vessel's structure may have been weakened, making it particularly vulnerable to extreme weather. 3. Navigation miscalculation theory. Others believe navigational errors during the evasive maneuvers could have inadvertently put the Fantome back into Mitch's path, sealing its fate. Legacy. The Fantome remains a legend in maritime lore, and its disappearance is often recounted in stories of ocean mystery and danger. The tragedy served as a reminder of the unpredictability of nature and the risks faced by even the most experienced seafarers in the Caribbean. Thank you for joining us on this journey through some of the most captivating mysteries of the sea. If you enjoyed exploring these tales of bravery, loss, and the unknown, please give us a like and share it with others who love maritime history. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into nautical legends and mysteries, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an adventure. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video.